It's Monday morning at Ejura, one of Ghana's largest trading hubs for cereals and grains. From groundnut and beans to rice and maize, the market supplies thousands of households across Ghana and beyond. But in recent times, maize has seen a sharp decline in sales.
The fresh maize sells at 500 cedis, and the old ones go for 450.
These new prices, coupled with a reclining market sale, are presenting challenges to the maize value chain. The farmers and traders are not enthused as they are seen all over haggling the new prices. Farming is a lifeline of Ejura and its surrounding communities. On a scorching afternoon, Idrisu Mumuni and his family are busy drying freshly harvested maize. They spread the grains across a tarpaulin, relying on sun and air to reduce the moisture content. With no storage facilities, the family must rush to package and sell the maize on the next market day. But for Idrisu, the returns hardly match the efforts he invests in production.
The maize business isn't good enough. For rich farmers, they are able to keep theirs. But for us who have no storage facility, we must sell immediately.
After the 2024 dry spell, the price of maize has fallen by more than half, from 1,200 cedis to just 400 cedis on the market. Yet, with production costs soaring, the sharp decline has left many farmers frustrated and delusioned.
3 million. 3 million, you got to fet swa. Bet na ye papa no 6 million. And if yara. One for song Musa
It should cost you 300 cedis to plow an acre of land. Fertilizer also costs 600 cedis. The harvester would also take 40 cedis. With all these costs, if you do not sell at 600 cedis, but rather 300 cedis, you will run at a loss.
1 acre was in Sia. That's a brony and 8 million. That's a utono 3-5 years and 4 million. That's a uton crowd in she with 3. She dear winner. More young wage monocra, with the crank, and a wook and crowd and can. What's it in the winner? It's a brody and 8 million per year. Let's say, winner she.
Sake nyamana ye to dia price for a full mono ke wo full man ke any problem.
If the production cost was reduced, we wouldn't have these problems. But it's expensive. The time the prices would increase, we would not be cultivating. So this is the time we need better prices.
Because time we na ye for na yanyebi. I beton adi akodo. Nti se oton this time. So when niska odi be kwa akodo, just oton ni amano. Adi akodo. Nti se oton by this time na afom na okwa akoye no wontimi yebi.
Ghana experiences a glut of maize during the main crop season from June to September, but despite the bustle and noise of the crowded Ejura market, traders say business has been slow and their pockets tell the story.
Market nasai. This time no dia nya mini na krenam ye di ya papa. Fi say one wa bro we si osano. Abro we odi ba hase ya. E better bro 2 weeks na edasi si jom hase. Obi ambusa.
The market is bad. This maize can be here for 2 weeks without being sold. Some people also deliberately wait until the market is about ending, then they come ask of the price at a lower cost.
No, dear brother, bar market. Now, Baba, told us Abruno 1 million, 4 million. Send a
wholesaler, Saratu, is in the market to buy some bags of maize to be transported to her customers in Sekondi Takrade. During the lean season, she makes good sales, but the recent development is biting hard on her pockets and on a business.
Market in a day, a post low, say Bibia Yanto, say Yanto. And can a broadway crowd betching bread 12 million no crown, or more body. Omognipa crown or can we in any. Wa woton when you bring home 2 bejina water. Ne say any day, Abu,
Market is low. In past, you would struggle to get maize. My customers tell me the market is bad. The people I owe are demanding their money from me. We are unhappy about this.
They say the oboko tutu abro no odan meka. Ena de okosisa ba ye no so odan meka. Me de badwom nso ayemusa. Ti ama ese de yaye basa.
Ordinarily, traders cash in during the lean season with such bumper harvests. Ben Leo Ada is the district director of agriculture at Ejura.
It's a worrying situation, especially to the farmers. Now, most farmers, they are into two seasons, the major season and the minor season. And Ejura, the minor season is actually our main season. That's where a lot of farmers go into large acreages, and mostly they do the first season so that they can mobilize some funds to do the minor season. However, there's a lot of produce in the markets, and buyers are not coming. The forces of demand and supply. Once supply exceeds demands, prices automatically comes down. So each and every day the price keep on coming down.
The traders attribute the dwindling sales to the suspension of import restrictions and the recent ban on exports after the 2024 dry spell.
Yati say aban akrab abro abante. Enti na ma ye de no enkosoro. Ba na first no so no na o ma ye ne say ye ni fi aduane.
We have heard government has imported some maize. That's why the market is slow for us. In past, everyone was happy about farming in this community because it was lucrative. You could also get at least 5,000 cedis for maize. But the same cannot be said now. The poultry farmers usually buy from us. If the government is importing for them, it would affect us.
Yeah, no hope bia the atu abontini dey say the titi won from say aban crab rubber entina abro no so no akofom e na wo hwe abro nso dudua poultry farm so ka ho by so mo kokra no mana so mo the vet poultry farm no a won say yeah ha abro no e dey e be ka fom enti the yeah no hope bia say betima akosoro the etini dey say sanko dey no hope bia.
Despite export bans on maize and other grains from neighboring countries like Burkina Faso, Ghana's corn imports are projected to rise sharply in the 2025-2026 marketing year, reaching 500,000 metric tons. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture's 2025 Grain and Feed Annual Report, this marks a 67% jump over the 2024-2025 estimate. The surge in imports has pushed prices down, bringing some relief to consumers and agribusinesses. But for local farmers, the policy has sparked deep concern.
As a crona, for so charge more where we are. Well, people call Bokron, Crana, for so charge more. Walk with Team Prepana as I would be show market. Are they?
It looks as if stealing is better than farming. Every time they are talking about cocoa, they would neglect us. Our work is more hectic than the cocoa farmers.
Say, Juma will say, say the Macoco near one shop back Johnny. Cocoa, I talk cocoa, say. Almost 38 million. Never Uberton bro, 4 million. As I would have a bit like Jum.
The frustration on the market is preempting the farmers from producing more. While some have opted to hoard the maize at home, others are compelled to leave the heaps of their maize harvest on their farms at the mercy of the weather. Salifu Al-Samin farms on this 40-acre maize plantation.
The ones we sent home, we've not been able to sell it. So there's no reason going to add this one. So we want to sell the one at home before we get money to even transport this one home.
I can see they are even rotting away.
Yes, of course. We've covered it because we anticipate there might be rain. That's why we have covered it. But we have no other choice because I don't have any place here to store it. And even in the house, there's no place to store it. It has been here for the past 2 weeks.
Okay. And that will be a loss to you?
Yes, of course. But we have no other options. This farming business, we risk a whole lot of things, but that's how we've been doing it for some time. Initially, we should have some place here to store it, but we don't have, so we cover it so that if there's rain, it wouldn't get inside. We also keep it here. We anticipate maybe there might be an increase in the price, so that at least we'll come and sell it and send it home.
These stores at the market serve as storage facilities for the smallholder farmers who are unable to sell their produce by the close of the market day. In these stores, bags of maize continue to pile up every market day, hoping for a better price in the subsequent days. Kamil Abubakari is one of the leaders here.
Oh, they be when I'm to go. Say about no my way business for dia and for dia. When you go say Boba no mouton. We have been on my yaba saying Tom Mom because price and
they are keeping these bags of maize here until there is a better price. This is from December last year. The person was hoping to get better price this year, and it hasn't been good, so we are still keeping it here.
10 million. And I buy when you buy, say when you 7 million, 6 million that day, and I for that 4 million. Until when last year, bro, no, I was to December, and I was told we will go on a month per boy, and a boy, and I went to a year on the side.
Few kilometers away from the market square sits one of the largest warehouses located in the heart of the Ejura township. The facility usually buzzes with trucks and wholesalers ready to cart large quantities of maize to the city centers during the market days. But today it is filled with silence. The bags of maize harvested months ago continue to rest on the pallets lined up in the facility. Former Member of Parliament for Ejura, Mohammed Isifu Pangabu, is one of the lead farmers in the community.
You see, we don't talk because when you want to talk, then they politicize and they insult you. So we are not able sometimes to create the correct picture for people to understand, for government to understand and take it on board. So, see, we are trying to mix farming with politics. When that comes, the farmer will suffer. Farming is a different thing, politics is a different game, old game. But if a big man like me, I've been an MP here for 8 years. If I go to and try to analyze for government to understand, to appreciate, to help the family, they will start insulting me. It's not about insult. It's about painting the correct picture for government to see and assist us. See, the price of the maize now is not government's fault. You can't say government's fault too much. But you see, we can also bring solutions with government so the government will try and help us so that the price will go up. See, a lot of factors have attained for this. One, because government has run and the dollar has come down, it has now become cheaper to import maize to Ghana. You know, government does not import maize. A private man like me, like poultry farmers, he has the right to import maize for his poultry. Am I telling lies? Yes, you can't say you don't agree. He is important because the dollar has come, you get a lower price. I'm also expecting that they buy my so it breaks even. So you don't blame anyone.
This persistently troubling situation has sparked grave concerns for an immediate practical solution for a suitable pricing regime.
Say kuku say a fixed price. Until say kaburo okay at least komu a fixed price.
There is a fixed price for cocoa. Same can be done for maize. The multiple prices do not augur well with the farmers.
A different price. U2 honey higher a different price. If you are the all free a chireban or no on price no. It has so better on less and also better on more. Until no what of what ye
no farmer can break even with 400. No farmer. You can't break even with 400 Ghana. You know it can happen.
So meaning this year, lots of farmers will lose their.
All farmers are losing. I operate at a loss. So if you don't take time to address it, and we lose this year. Next year, the farmers will reduce. And if government can release money, so the buffer stock will be able to purchase some of the maize, at least we will be happy.
It's to feed the schools, even the free high senior.
Yeah, you see. But you see, if government also not careful, when they release that money to those people come by, they will also go to the bush and stand and buy even more lower prices.
Wow.
It
can happen that way.
Oh yes. Government, when they say government, it's human beings who make government. So when government gives the money to those human beings, instead of coming to Ejura to buy maybe 450, he would rather go to a front place to buy 300. You see? So if government will have to do for the sake of farmers, at least, the farmers will have to involve.
While the traders anxiously await buyers, the government says it is working to absorb the excess production from the local farmers.
The Ministry of Food and Agriculture is taking steps to absorb the produce from the farmers. Just about 2 days ago, the Minister of Food and Agriculture, Honorable Eric Opoku, through his press briefing, made it clear that through the buffer stock, they are putting structures in place to fund the buffer stock so that they will absorb all this maize from the system. And the first step is for them to set a price for the maize, because in Ghana, one of the problems is that we don't have standardized price for our agricultural produce. And I believe by the end of this week, that price will be set so that buffer stock will then absorb all the surplus food produced in the system. In fact, the minister actually mentioned Ejura in Techimai. The Middle Belt, we are the main producer of maize. So Ejura was specifically mentioned, which means the issue at Ejura have gotten up there. And I believe by the end of this week, a price will be set, which is acceptable by farmers.
As the traders endure the slow market, a pressing concern emerges: delayed rains.
Especially those within the Ejura environment. We are within the transitional zone, and some are extremely towards the southern zone, Minasu, Dome area. They are more or less closer to the forest zone, so they are experiencing some form of rains. And those who are also towards a table, they have also experienced some form of rain. Those who are also closer to Nsuta, Congo area, they have also experienced some form of rain. Some have even planted. I visited some fields and I can testify that. But within the Ejura itself, in fact, for the past 2 weeks, we have not experienced any major rain, which will allow farmers even to plow their land and subsequently plant their maize.
This is felt on the fields where the soils are drying up already before farmers can plant for the next season. Salifu Al-Samin was fortunate to have started cultivating on his 40-acre farmland. Although the crop is in its early stages of growth, he must halt the application of fertilizer because there are no rains.
As you can see, there is a drought. If you look around, farmers have harvested their maize, but yet still they can't plant. I was fortunate. I was able to plant mine in time. But this is the time that we should apply our first fertilizer, but there's no moisture. Over 50% of farmers have not planted their maize. And today is the 1st of September. Time is not on our side. Initially, if there was rainfall, if you plant your maize at this time, you are late. So last year, we were even fortunate to plant earlier than this year, but even with that one, we were short of rain. So this year, we are just hoping and praying.
The distribution have started. If you have been following the news, Ashama, some northern parts, some farmers have received, as I said, Ejura here, Drobon, so some farmers have also received some package of fertilizer. So I believe by a week or two, most beneficiaries would have received their fertilizers. The only thing that we are praying is that the rain should come so that they could plant, because if you don't plant and the fertilizer comes, you can't even use the fertilizer.
The changing weather pattern is prompting a looming shortage of the local maize on the market.
If the rains do not come, it means the few that are fortunate to plant, that's what we are going to depend on. It means there will be shortage of maize because we can't produce enough. Because if there's no rain, they can't plant. If most farmers couldn't plant, there's not going to be maize in the market.
Maize could be late, but they can diversify into cowpea production. And Ejura, we are also into cowpea production, and we are also promoting soya production. So although maize could be late, but they can diversify into cowpea production. So that's what education we are giving to the farmers. And we are also asking them to go in for the drought-resistant short variety, because the local variety, which takes so long, 110 days a class, there are other varieties that takes between 75 to 90 days. And they are also drought resistant. Once they are established and you go on with your agronomic practices, you are into good.
With the new crop season approaching, many farmers had hoped to reinvest proceeds from maize into cowpea production, but that hope now feels far-fetched. For Idrisu Mumuni, dwindling returns from maize sales means he may not be able to grow cowpea at all this year, a prospect that leaves him deeply worried.
At school for Moko College in for a combo poem, that's year. In Timaya's country business, there have been since we a ton of seed in a ton of 20 million. Ewa has it. This time we turn my bro, no 4 million. This time we turn 5. And some tomato beans, 1 bag.
We want to grow cowpeas, but we need the proceeds from the maize to cultivate the cowpeas. If we are unable to get it, then it means we won't get beans next year.
The ever can't be yet. I was said the debate in Ebeka. There's a mania for Sobia free. I see no I draw the Yanya for Sobia and farm free, no. Until we are break ways and Edo beans casipa. It is our beans where we are bread on and never share gun hanging down. One go school in Bibia. Until Antian Dwa, which ever. And a business will end a boy Ghana Casicura Bruno.
Without a lasting solution to these existential challenges of poor pricing regime and rain-fed agriculture, Ghana will continue to lose out on the potentials of the sector.
If you are able to have an irrigation system, it will encourage us to do more. Because what I've realized, if there is an irrigation system, me for instance, this farm alone is okay for me. Because I can farm at any time I want. Because I wouldn't depend on rainfall water. And if I'm harvesting even 5 bags per acre, and I'm selling that 5,000 Ghana cedis, I'm making 5,000 out of 1 acre. If I'm doing 20 acres, imagine the kind of money I'm making. So farming is a very good adventure. So we are hoping that at least as youth as we are, if you are able to work and get money and secure our land, there's no need for us to travel. But if it continues this way, we also have to find our way and move out of the country, because we have a family to feed. We cannot be sitting here without feeding our family. We are not lazy too. We are working.
But until an immediate intervention, these farmers may have to grapple with the poor market sales and struggle to feed the country. For JoyNews, my name is Emmanuel Bright Kweku.